Our talk today is about Linfield College as a point of intersection, and one of the things that I want to talk about is the idea that Linfield College does not have to be just a destination point for people. So one of my favorite quotes is from Buckminster Fuller, where he talks about, if I ran a school, I'd give the average grade to the ones who gave me all the right answers, for being good parrots. I'd give the top grades to those who made a lot of mistakes and told me about them, and then told me what they learned from them. And I think one of the things that takes us into is the idea that we really need to create educational opportunities that are a little bit messier than the ones that we are usually used to at colleges. What we really need is create situations where students are able to make mistakes and learn from them and actually then tell us about them. So one of my ideas is that we really need to be a lot messier in the way we set up our programs. We need to create points of intersection for students so that they understand that what it's about is not going to a certain place, but it's actually about the types of experiences that they have. So I'm going to give you two examples of what I try and do at Linfield College as a way of setting up those types of circumstances. On the one hand, I teach a class in January term. And one of the things that I try and do for a January term is we work with Habitat for Humanity Guatemala down in Guatemala. We work with a lot of different families. And one of the things that we do is students go out, they build on a site, they interact with the families, and it's an experiential learning opportunity. So they are actually out working with the families, they do projects, and then they come in, and what they do is they have to do a presentation on that particular experience. Now, one of the ways in which I try and create extra opportunities for them is we also take a McMinnville group along. And one of the things that we're trying to do there is bring people from the external community that are not part of Linfield College normally to come and talk with students and work with students on the sites. We have people coming from a lot of different organizations to do this, and there are several churches that have become involved, Habitat for Humanity members from the local organization, and we even have had Linfield alums, retired Linfield faculty and staff, and even trustee members. And what we do is we work on the sites together, and then we also have an opportunity for those people to come and work or attend classes with us as well. So this is one of the things that they're doing is we're creating opportunities for students and these McMinnville group members to be able to create relationships together. So one of the things that we do is this creates an opportunity where Linfield students are meeting community members and they're working with them on these sites. Another thing that it's established is relationships in Guatemala. We've had students who have gone back and they know these family members. They've actually gone back to see them in their new homes, and that's a great experience in and of itself. It also creates relationships among the local community. So we have members from our churches, members from Linfield, we have members from Habitat for Humanity, all of whom get to know each other in a way that is distinct and different from that which if we had just been working individually. Another thing that this presents is opportunities for a lot of us to have other types of personal relationships and professional relationships as we're working. My own daughter just finished up a gap year working down with Habitat for Humanity Guatemala, and we've had a Linfield student go back and work with Habitat for Humanity Guatemala as well. So this is one of those things where what we see is that we're also able in many ways to then do this same thing through other opportunities through the Linfield Center for the Northwest. The Linfield Center for the Northwest does a couple of things, and one of those is we're establishing long-term experiential learning opportunities here in the Pacific Northwest. And we do this by focusing on service learning, we focus on internships and collaborative research opportunities. One of the things that I want to talk about just briefly is one of our, actually I'll go back and talk first about the three areas. One is the Linfield Center for the Northwest focuses on environmental concerns. We look at studying and assisting local communities, and we also focus on regional enterprise. So the one that I wanted to share with you today is looking at the first federal internships at Linfield College. This is a fairly unique opportunity in that we work with a local bank, which has given us some funds to fund these interdisciplinary internships. And what it does is they provide a scholarship, and then First Federal goes out and sends a letter to local nonprofit organizations asking them for projects that they want our students to work on. And those get sent in to Linfield College, And through Linfield College, we find the students who wish to do work on those projects, and then we select the students out of that competitive scholarship process. So the students actually get to work with a local organization on a particular program. This is one of the things that we think is interesting about the First Federal internships, is that you're looking at a lot of different organizations working together. Linfield College students get a concrete project that they get to work on. And then in addition to Linfield College and First Federal, each of these nonprofits actually gets a project done for them. And so we have had programs introduced, we have had the homeless served, we have had nature trails that have been built. We've got all sorts of projects with over a dozen organizations that have been a part of this whole program. And it's only been going on for a couple of years now, or 3 years now. So one of the things that I want to just sort of reinforce here is that really what we're looking at is that Linfield is not a destination point, but it is a point of intersection. As a small college, one of the things that we're able to do is we are able to give our faculty and our students the freedom to actually engage in creative processes at Linfield College and to actually engage in opportunities that we might not be able to do if we were a larger college. The last thing I would say is what we're trying to do is connect students personally in with local communities, regional communities, and our international communities as well. Thank you.